after being rejected by the person I'd had a crush on for 3 years. My parents suddenly announced I had a childhood arranged marriage. And then, while I was still in a daze, I went and registered the marriage. Only to find out that the girl I was engaged to was the cold, upperclassman Shin Mingxi, the most famous girl in school. And now she's my wife. This kid, hurry up and get up. What time did you play until last night? I rubbed my eyes and pushed the blanket away. Dad, Mom, what are you two doing? It's a perfectly good vacation, why won't you let me sleep? Are you really that dumb, or are you just pretending? Today's the day you're going to register your marriage, Yunhui said, displeased. I was instantly wide awake and jumped straight out of bed. Why didn't you say so sooner? I'm going to wash my face right now. Before I even had time to put on my pants, I ran out of the room. The moment I stepped out of my room, my expression froze. I caught a glimpse of a girl in the living room. The girl in the living room was also looking at me. Her face was slightly flushed. No, I'm sorry. I didn't know there was someone in the living room. After saying that, I darted into the bathroom. I was completely stunned. I even wanted to just bang my head and die. My 8-pack abs, in their undeveloped form, were seen just like that. At this moment, the person sitting in the living room, Shin Mingxi's face was slightly red. His body isn't bad. The corner of her mouth involuntarily turned up. Very quickly, I finished getting ready, changed my clothes, and stepped out. I went to the living room, and we just looked at each other without saying a word. After a while, I was the one to break the awkward silence first. Hello? My name is Mu Xie, looking at the fairy-like girl in front of me. My heart wouldn't stop pounding. She's definitely much prettier than in the photos. Shin Mingxi nodded politely, then said calmly, let's go. I asked doubtfully, go where? Shin Mingxi raised her beautiful eyebrows. To register our marriage. Her tone was incredibly calm, as if registering a marriage was a very trivial matter. My expression turned a little strange. No way. Are we really doing this? Do we need to bring anything? I was a little flustered. Shin Mingxi said calmly. Just bring yourself, and also your ID card and household registration book. They'll wait for you downstairs. Don't make me wait too long. It's best if you change the clothes you're wearing to white ones. After speaking, she stood up and left first, leaving me standing there dumbfounded. As soon as Shin Mingxi left, Yunhui and Mu Fanglan immediately came out of the bedroom. Before I could even react, the two of them shoved my ID card, household registration book, and a white shirt into my hands. Shin Mingxi saw me come downstairs. A hint of a smile appeared on her face. She was a bit stunned when she saw my appearance. I didn't expect him to grow up to be so handsome. I hope you didn't have to wait long. I've been waiting for quite a while. I just wanted to be polite. I didn't expect that she really felt she'd waited a long time. How are we getting there? Taking a taxi? I changed the subject. I have a car. Let's drive. After that, Shin Mingxi led me to a white Mercedes. Are you being forced to do this? I couldn't help but ask. I've already thought it through, if you're being forced. We can pretend to register our marriage first. After all, it's just an excuse to trick our parents. Later on, we can just find a reason to say we're not compatible. Shin Mingxi was a bit taken aback. Obviously, she didn't expect me to ask such a question. Seeing her silence, I assumed I had guessed correctly. You too, right? We're registering our marriage before we've even graduated. I don't know what our parents are thinking. How about we figure something out? Let's pretend to get married, what do you think? The corner of Shin Mingxi's mouth revealed a faint smile. Pretend to get married? What do you mean? I explained, if I don't register the marriage, my parents will cut my living expenses. I don't want to live like a savage in college. Shin Mingxi blinked her beautiful eyes. Her gaze carried a hint of teasing. They'll listen to you? Then let's just register. I breathed a sigh of relief. Let's go then. There was no expression on Shin Mingxi's face. I don't have a driver's license. I looked skeptical. Then may I ask how this car got here? I called a hired driver earlier. Then call one again. I'm out of money. I looked incredulous. You drive this car? And you say you're out of money? Shin Mingxi seemed to know what I was thinking. She explained with a calm expression, it's my dad's car. I always had a feeling that she was doing it on purpose. So what do we do now? I don't have a license either. I've only passed the written test. Shinmingshi smiled calmly, revealing an expression that said I was prepared for this. It's okay. I also prepared a small electric scooter. The two of them got out of the car. Shinmingshi led me to a pink electric scooter. This is the one. You drive. I hesitated for a moment. A small pink electric scooter. Such a manly color, pink. If it's manly pink, then so be it. I'm wearing a helmet anyway. After seeing the color of the helmet, I frowned. Why is this helmet pink too? Shinmingshi shot me a look. I'm a girl, isn't it normal for me to buy pink things? Do you have a problem with it? I quickly waved my hands. No. How would I dare? I love pink. Get on. I put on the helmet. Oh, right. It seems like you don't have a helmet. Who says I don't? From under the scooter's seat, Shinmingshi took out another pink helmet. Help me put it on. I don't know how. If you don't know how to put on a helmet, why are you riding a scooter? Fine then. It'll just help her a little. I lowered my head to help her put on the helmet. Our eyes met. I looked at her beautiful face. My cheeks couldn't help but heat up, looking at the beauty before me. A flicker of emotion stirred in my heart. I shook my head, forcing myself not to overthink. Done. It's on. Just like that, one scooter, two people, two pink helmets, we set off. I didn't dare to drive too fast, afraid I'd go the wrong way if I sped up. The small scooter wasn't as fast as a car, but it had one advantage. It was more intimate than sitting in a car. At some point, Shinming's hands had consciously wrapped around my waist. I could even feel the softness pressing against my back, accompanied by Shinming's faint, pleasant scent. I couldn't help but glance down. My eyebrows furrowed slightly. 2 hours later, in front of the Civil Affairs Bureau. A man and a woman, each holding their own marriage certificate. I looked at the marriage certificate in my hand, still feeling like I was in a dream. I can't believe I got married like this. Even though we said it was a fake registration. This is still my first time. I glanced at Shinmingshi. She wasn't looking at the marriage certificate, but put it away in her bag. She didn't seem to think the marriage certificate was very important. I reminded her, keep it safe, you'll need it if we get a divorce. Shinmingshi didn't answer, just said calmly, let's go back. When we got back to my front door, I said goodbye and left. Shinmingshi watched my retreating back. The corners of her mouth couldn't help but curve up. Idiot. Right after that, she returned to the Mercedes. Then she took out the marriage certificate, looking at the photo on it. Her eyes couldn't leave it. A fake registration? The seal isn't fake. A beautiful smile appeared on her cold face. After that, she carefully put the marriage certificate in her bag and drove the Mercedes away from there. I didn't tell anyone about my marriage registration. I really didn't dare to say it. Even if I did, who would believe me? Most importantly, I considered it a fake registration. If other people found out about it, it might hinder me from finding a girlfriend. More importantly, it would hinder my wife from finding a boyfriend. Why does this sentence feel so awkward? Hindering my own wife from finding a boyfriend. She's just a fake wife. If only it were real. My mind kept replaying the intimate moments between us today. So beautiful, with such a great body. And she's also quite cold towards me. She definitely isn't interested in someone like me. In the end, I still chose to study at Jian University. As for my major, I chose the computer science department. To say that I chose it, it's more accurate to say my dad chose it for me. School starts in 2 days, and I'm a bit anxious. New environment, new people. I don't know if I'll be able to adapt. It wasn't until 2 days before school started that I found out there was a group chat for new students. But after I joined the group, I became completely silent. I thought there would be many normal people in the group. I didn't expect to be speechless the moment I joined. Excuse me, does the school have a parking lot? When the time comes, my Porsche. Excuse me, does the school have a Starbucks? I have to drink a cup every morning, otherwise I can't function. I just got back from overseas. Is 100,000 yuan a month enough for living expenses? I'm a little afraid it's not enough. My face was full of question marks. Is the new student group really this ridiculous? I originally intended to speak up in the group, to ask about the school situation, but I hesitated a bit. Should I ask in the group? Just as I was hesitating, an account with the ID Hai Ji Ba suddenly spoke up in the group. New students who want to know about the school can message me privately. My eyes lit up. Finally, a normal person. I quickly sent a friend request. Not long after, Hai Ji Ba accepted my friend request. Hello, senior. Can I ask you a few questions? What's your name? I read the message and was stunned. Do I have to tell the senior my name just to ask for information? My name is Mu Xie. I'm a new student in the computer science department. On the other side, Shinmingshi in her dorm blinked her beautiful eyes. The corner of her mouth couldn't help but curve up. I've finally been waiting for you. She had been waiting in the new student group for a long time. This was also why she asked for my name first. Computer science? Same department as me. What a pity. What's a pity? Right now, the computer science major doesn't have very good job prospects. Graduation means unemployment. This field isn't short of people right now. The competitive pressure is also huge. It's comparable to the civil engineering industry. I suddenly thought, if the job prospects aren't good, then why did the senior choose it? Shinmingshi was silent for a moment. Then she replied, a certain uncle advised me to study it. So I also advised his son to study it. Well done. The suffering I've been through. I must make sure his son gets a taste of it too. Otherwise, how could I be worthy of you? The two of them talked for a long time. This gave me a very good impression of him. I originally thought that since Senior Hai Ji Ba was so talkative, he would advertise student SIM cards later. But he didn't at all. Thank you, Senior. There aren't many purely good people like you left. Shinmingshi stared at the screen, speechless. Isn't that right? We don't know each other. Yet you patiently answered my questions, and you didn't even advertise any SIM cards. Oh right, Junior, do you want to learn about the student SIM card? Then I'll take one. I felt a bit embarrassed. After all, he answered so many of my questions. And I happened to need a SIM card. Pfft. Shinmingshi saw the message I sent. She couldn't help but laugh out loud. He's so adorable. Didn't he realize I was joking? I was just kidding. Senior, do you play games? What games? I play everything. PC games or mobile games, I play them all. But my favorite is still CF. I'm a 10-year veteran. CF? I know how to play that too. Let's play. What surprised me was that Hai Ji Ba's skill in CF was even better than mine, a 10-year veteran, by a little. We played all afternoon. We barely lost a single match the entire afternoon. If it weren't for getting reported too many times and being sent to the penalty room, I would have never let him go. Senior, you're not using hacks, are you? If you're a noob, just practice more. Why aren't you using your mic to give callouts? My mic is broken. Alright then. Once we're at school, I'll treat you to a meal at the cafeteria if I get the chance. They'll be waiting for you. In the dorm room, a girl with a high ponytail, with a pleasant appearance, just returned to the dorm and saw Shinmingshi looking at her phone, a slight smile on her lips. Yang Shui narrowed her eyes slightly, looking at Shinmingshi with suspicion. What are you smiling about? Yang Shui felt something was off. Shinmingshi couldn't be in love, could she? No way. Doesn't Cece not touch men? Otherwise, why is it that in the 3 years since she came to school, so many guys have pursued her, and she's rejected them all mercilessly? She's known as the #1 ice queen of Jiang University. Not a single man has caught her eye. Even the universally acknowledged school heartthrob can't talk to her for more than 3 sentences. Could it be she's thirsty for a man now? How could that be? Cece, don't tell me you have someone you like now? Yang Shui wanted to cry but had no tears. Shinmingshi retracted her smile. She glanced at her calmly. Dating? Do you think that's possible? Yang Shui breathed a sigh of relief. That's good then. I told you, the belle of Jiang University. How could she suddenly start dating? She sat down on the chair. Just as she took a sip of water, actually, I'm already married. Pfft. Cece. What kind of joke is that? Yang Shui looked at the water stain on her pants and was a little speechless. Believe it or not. Shinmingshi shot her a look. Yang Shui smiled appeasingly. I believe you, I believe you, I believe you. Our Jian University belle is married. Remember to invite me to the wedding feast. She said that, but of course she couldn't believe it. The #1 belle of Jiang University. The cold goddess, who stays away from men. These words and the word marriage are completely unrelated, okay? Who would believe that? Only a fool would believe it. Shen Mingxi glanced at Yang Shui with pity. She let out a soft sigh. Sorry, I've taken the first step. My dear best friend, although I said I wouldn't date. I never said I wouldn't get married. Yang Shui was stunned. What's with that face? You're acting as if it's real. Shen Mingxi didn't explain either. She just smiled calmly. Why are you always playing this game? It feels like only boys play this kind of game. Yang Shui pointed at her laptop screen and asked, confused. Of course, it's to play with my husband. Yang Shui rolled her eyes. If you have a husband, then I already have a child. The first day of school. As soon as I entered the school gate, I saw a long row of large green umbrellas. Beneath them sat the receptionists from various departments. I pulled my suitcase over. Just after I finished registering my information. Just as I was about to find a senior to guide me, I suddenly heard the people around me start to buzz. Isn't that the Jian University bell? Why is she at the new student reception area too? Behind the new student reception area stood a girl with skin as white as snow, exuding a pure and cold beauty. An absolute beauty with beautiful eyes that carried a hint of coldness. Her eyes scanned the area, as if searching for someone. What's wrong with the Jian University belle? Is she looking for someone? Her boyfriend? No way. The Jian University belle once said she doesn't date. Even if she were dating, the school heartthrob would definitely have the best chance. That's right. She's probably just here to welcome new students. I wonder which new student is so lucky to be personally welcomed by the Jian University belle. Almost all eyes were focused on Shen Mingxi, including the newly arrived students. The moment I saw Shen Mingxi, the memory of the whirlwind marriage a month ago flashed in my mind. My heart also unconsciously beat faster. After a while, Shen Mingxi finally saw the person she wanted to see. Her furrowed brows immediately relaxed. Her originally cold gaze also softened. A slight smile appeared on her face, and then she immediately walked towards me. I was stunned. I had only planned to stay and watch the show. Why do I have a feeling she's walking towards me? Just as I was zoning out, Shen Mingxi walked up to me. Underclassman, can't find your dorm? Let me take you there. Shen Mingxi smiled sweetly. This smile made my heart skip a beat. Didn't we say we were just pretending to register our marriage? I whispered. Shen Mingxi's lips curved into a slight smile. That's right. I'm using my identity as a senior to take you to the dorm. Why aren't you calling me senior? So disrespectful? Her stare made me a bit embarrassed. Thank you, senior. Can you take me to the dorm now? Shen Mingxi raised an eyebrow. You should say, sorry to bother you, senior. I just wanted to leave quickly. I'm still not used to being stared at by so many people. I feel like they're talking about me. So I had to reluctantly compromise. Sorry to bother you, senior. Shen Mingxi smiled mischievously. In that case, I'll reluctantly take my junior brother to the dorm. Then she pulled me away from there. Arriving in front of the dormitory building, Shen Mingxi spoke up. You're in building 3. I gave a soft I live right next to you. I'm in building 4. I didn't ask. I kindly took you here. What's with your attitude? Shen Mingxi said, feigning anger. I didn't dare to look at her. Mainly because every time I looked at her, my heart would beat very fast. I'm sorry about that. Shen Mingxi finally smiled. That's more like it. Now that we're both studying at the same school, we should help each other out. My dad told me to help you more. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come. I suddenly realized. No wonder. Otherwise, I would have thought Senior Shen liked me. I don't know why. A flicker of disappointment passed through my heart. Shen Mingxi's beautiful face turned slightly pink. Humph, you're so narcissistic. Oh right, let's add each other on WeChat. We didn't add each other last time. I slapped my forehead. Right, look at this brain of mine. Last time, after registering their marriage, the two of them didn't even add each other's contact information. Two people are married but don't have each other's contact info. Even novels wouldn't dare to write it like that. Alright. Junior brother, if there's anything you don't understand at school in the future, just come and ask me. Got it? Oh right, Senior Shin, what's your major? Computer science. Same major as you. I was a bit surprised. So if there's anything you don't understand, just come and ask me. I will explain it to you in detail, Shen Mingxi said proudly. This cute moment made me dazed again. Who would have thought the cold senior from the reception area, from just now, would have such an adorable side in front of me? Shinmingshi smiled smugly. What's wrong? Fallen in love with me? I came to my senses and explained with a red face, how could that be? No way. Absolutely impossible. Shinming's voice held a hint of disdain. So weak, no energy. Alright, building 3 is inside. I'm leaving. After speaking, she walked into the dormitory building. Arriving at the dorm, I quickly blended in with my roommates. We happily chatted and laughed all afternoon. The next day, I woke up early. After getting ready, I went out to buy breakfast. As soon as I left the dorm, I messaged Senior Hai Jiba. Senior, Cafeteria D has a few more pretty girls in the morning. You have to have at least one romance in college. Thinking about romance. A figure unconsciously appeared in my mind, Shinmingshi. I quickly shook my head. What am I thinking? She's the belle of Jiang University. How could she possibly notice me? On the other side, in the girls' dorm, Shinmingshi was currently grinding her teeth, clenching her jaw as she stared at her phone screen. Girl watching. Isn't looking at me enough? Go to Cafeteria 3. There'll be a surprise. After receiving the message, I immediately changed direction. I originally planned to go to Cafeteria 1. If the senior said Cafeteria 3 has a surprise, then I definitely have to go. Shinmeng's gaze was cold. I'm going to buy breakfast. What do you want to eat? I'll buy it for you. Buy it for me? Why do you suddenly want to buy me breakfast? What's going on? Yan Shui was momentarily confused. This was the first time she couldn't understand this best friend of hers. Shinmeng's expression didn't change at all. If you want something, send me a WeChat message. I'm heading out. Leaving Yan Shui standing there dazed. As soon as I entered Cafeteria 3, I saw quite a few girls. As expected of my senior. His eye is really sharp. Senior, this surprise is not bad at all. There really are a lot of pretty girls in Cafeteria 3. After I bought breakfast, I found a spot intending to eat while watching. Suddenly, a woman walked in through the door. Her long hair cascaded down her back like a waterfall, gently blowing in the wind. Her stunningly beautiful face immediately caught my attention. Of course, it wasn't just me. The gazes of the other people in the cafeteria were also drawn to her. Why is she here? I was a bit surprised. No, wait. Isn't it normal for her to come here? The senior did say Cafeteria 3 has many beautiful people. So the school belle also comes to Cafeteria 3. Shinmingshi saw me sitting in the corner with one glance. Found you. Under everyone's gaze, Shinmingshi walked straight to my table and sat down. Here to watch pretty girls? Shinmingshi said coldly. Ahem, ahem. What? I couldn't help but choke on the soy milk in my mouth. Senior, how did you know? Shinming's beautiful face flushed slightly. You were staring the moment I came in. I could tell your bad intentions at a glance. I was dazed. What's wrong with you? Are you in a bad mood? Shinmingshi shot me a look. I'm so angry. Someone is about to have an affair. How can I be in a good mood? An affair? Who? How outrageous. Shinmingshi gave me a reproachful look. Are you really this dumb or just pretending? Huh. I was stunned. Shinmingshi said, displeased. We've already registered our marriage. You came to Cafeteria 3 to look at pretty girls. Isn't that an intention to cheat? I was a little stunned. What are you joking about? Didn't we just pretend to get married? Shinmingshi started to play dumb. Pretend to get married? When did I say that? We already discussed it back then. Shinmingshi raised her beautiful eyebrows and said teasingly. So, did we register with a fake certificate then? This is legally binding, you know. It was then that I realized I had been led by the nose. So what do you mean? I won't tease you anymore. You said we were pretending to be married. So of course I won't control you. I asked tentatively, for real? If we now have a certificate, a nominal marriage registration, then before we divorce, you're not allowed to find a girlfriend. Finding a girlfriend during marriage is cheating. It's immoral. And just doing this for your own good. My mind couldn't quite keep up. Is that so? I feel like I'm being gaslighted. So there's no other way? College isn't complete without a romance. Shinming's lips curved slightly. There is one other way. She beckoned with her hand, come here. I leaned my ear closer. Shinmingshi gently brought her lips close to my ear. I could even smell the scent. Faintly on Shin Mingxi. Shin Mingxi's voice became gentle. You could date me. My ears instantly turned bright red. Senior, are you serious? My heart wouldn't stop pounding. Shin Mingxi smiled mischievously. Just kidding. Looking at Shin Mingxi's radiant smile in front of me, I almost couldn't hold my glass of soy milk steady. I've been completely owned. Did you buy this breakfast for me? Shin Mingxi asked casually. I was just about to shake my head, but ended up nodding subconsciously. Thank you, junior brother, for buying me breakfast. Then Shin Mingxi directly took the breakfast and left. I touched the spot over my heart, thinking about how Shin Mingxi leaned in close and spoke into my ear. My heart started pounding again. I closed my eyes. My mind was filled with the image from just now. What's wrong with me? I think I'm starting to have feelings. I returned to the dorm. As soon as I entered, my phone notification chimed. How was it? Were the pretty girls in Cafeteria 3 good looking? I didn't get to see much. I was only looking at the Jiang University belle. What do you think of her? I thought for a moment. I think she's very pretty. The #1 belle of Jiang University. Truly lives up to her reputation. So do you like her? I thought the senior wasn't a stranger and treated me very well. Telling him my thoughts would be fine. Senior, to be honest with you, I actually like her a little. Every time I see her, I feel my heart beat faster. But she's the belle of Jiang University. The chance of her noticing me isn't high. Shin Mingxi's lips curved into a slight smile. He likes me but doesn't dare to say it directly? For some reason. Her heart felt sweet. Since Shin Mingxi came to Jiang University, countless people have confessed to her. She didn't feel a thing, but my words made her blush slightly. Shin Mingxi knew I had feelings for her. She couldn't help but mutter to herself, TSK, Shin Mingxi. When did you become so wicked? Wanting to tease the junior brother again. No, wait. I was always this wicked. The next day, during military training, it was finally break time. The instructor asked everyone to perform something to liven up the atmosphere. Next, it was my turn to perform. I decided to sing. This was one of the few talents I had. As the instrumental music slowly began, everyone fell silent. My voice was deep and emotional, conveying an indescribable sadness. It was the feeling of a broken heart. Not far away. Cici, this boy sings so well. It's not even 12 o'clock. And I can't help but feel emo already. Although Yang Shui had never been in love, listening to this song, she felt as if she had been heartbroken. Shin Mingxi saw Yang Shui still immersed in the music, and she secretly wiped away a tear from the corner of her eye. The next day, quite a few videos of me singing appeared on the confession wall. Oh wall, help me find this guy. Immediately. This guy sings so well. Does anyone know him? Can I have his contact information? But right now, I was about to be baked into charcoal by the sun. He hated that his leg didn't get automatically injured before the military training. Just as everyone was standing at attention under the scorching sun, a girl holding an umbrella appeared on the training ground. She wore a pure white long dress, like a fairy descended to the mortal world. She quietly walked to the first row of the stands and sat down. Isn't that Shin Mingxi? The #1 belle of Jiang University. She came to watch the military training again. These junior brothers are so lucky. The people around were buzzing with discussion. The break time had arrived. Actually, I had already felt Shin Mingxi's gaze. I had a feeling Shin Mingxi came here to see me. But I couldn't conveniently show anything. What if I was just being narcissistic? Gui Boda leaned closer, revealing a look of admiration. Damn. The Jiang University belle is really beautiful. Whoever gets to be her boyfriend must have accumulated good karma for 8 lifetimes. I shot him a look. Can't you be a bit more discreet like me? Why do I feel like her gaze is always looking in this direction? She's not looking at me, is she? Gui Boda narcissistically touched his face. Just then, a girl with a ponytail, wearing a JK uniform and holding an umbrella, came to Company 7. Her eyes locked onto me sitting in the back. She walked straight towards me. Hey, Junior. Can I have your contact information? I pointed at myself and asked doubtfully, me? The people around started cheering, and Gui Boda chimed in to help. She came all the way here in the sun to ask for your WeChat. Are you not going to give it to her? I suddenly felt a chill run down my spine. My gaze immediately shifted to the senior who was sitting in the front row of the stands. The corner of her mouth held a faint smile. No, it was a cold smile. I remembered what she had told me. This is marital infidelity. I'm sorry, I'm already married. The girl was stunned on the spot. Married? Fan Hao quickly tried to smooth things over. No. Actually, there's something a little wrong with his head. Don't mind him. How about you ask for my WeChat instead? I'm a pretty good singer too. The girl shook her head. I don't like guys who are too skinny. After saying that, she left. Gui Boda couldn't help but gloat over his misfortune. Damn sugarcane, who would want your childish figure? Serves you right, ha ha ha. I peeked over. I saw that Shen Ming's face had returned to its previous cold expression. What's going on? I was a little confused. She's quite cold in public. But when she's with me, she talks quite a lot. Actually, I wasn't planning on giving that girl my contact information because subconsciously, Shen Mingxi had already entered my heart. I always felt that Shen Mingxi had feelings for me too. I was just afraid that after I took that step, the outcome would be the same as last time. Just as my mind was wandering, Shen Mingxi stood up from the stands, a bottle of water in her hand. She walked over to Company 7 and handed the water to me. How did you know I didn't bring water? Shen Mingxi said casually. For you. I took the water bottle mechanically. My mind was a little blank. Although we had registered our marriage, I knew very well that we weren't really together yet. Besides, at Jiangde, Shen Mingxi was the ice goddess. The cold goddess. The scene of her giving me water in front of so many people was something I truly never dared to imagine. Shen Mingxi's expression didn't change, but I could see a slight blush on her cheeks. This was the first time she had given water to a boy. And in front of so many people too. Thank you, senior. My heart was pounding non-stop. After giving me the water, Shen Mingxi left directly. I looked at the water bottle in my hand. My quiet heart began to stir a little. The freshmen who saw this scene were all stunned. What's the relationship between those two? How could he get the campus belle to give him water? That's the #1 campus belle of Jiangde. In an instant, countless envious, admiring, and hateful eyes were staring at me. Fan Hao looked at me suspiciously. What's going on? Are you off the market? And with a campus belle, no less. No wonder you didn't give that girl your WeChat, I said, annoyed. How could Shen Mingxi possibly be interested in me? I don't even know her. Of course, how could I not know Shen Mingxi? We've already registered the papers. I just didn't want them to misunderstand. We weren't really in love yet. Plus, I wasn't sure right now if Shen Mingxi really had those kinds of thoughts. The military training period quickly ended. The Mid-Autumn Festival holiday that I was most looking forward to had arrived. Just as I was considering whether to go home, Shen Mingxi sent me a location. My dad told me to come live here. What's going on? I was a bit confused. I looked at the location. It was a residential complex very close to Jiangde University. Could it be that my dad bought a house for me? I quickly dismissed that thought. He probably rented it. I arrived at the apartment building's hallway. As soon as I got to the door, before I could even knock, it opened. The moment the door opened, a stunningly beautiful girl came into view. Shen Mingxi was wearing a thin pajama set with shorts, revealing her graceful figure, which made my eyes widen. Fair shoulders, lovely legs, dainty feet. I shook my head. I cast aside my impure thoughts. You're here too, senior? Come in. The slippers are in the shoe cabinet. Shen Mingxi's expression was calm. She didn't answer my question right away. I hurried inside to change my slippers. Pink. How cheesy. I looked at the pink slippers on my feet. They even had a rabbit design on them. I glanced at Shen Mingxi's fair feet. No, I mean, at her slippers. I realized they were the same style, but hers were light blue. And the design was a gray wolf. Could they be a matching pair? My cheeks flushed slightly. Senior, you still haven't answered me. Why are you here? Shen Mingxi shrugged. I've been living here for a long time. I've been here for a year. Wait, she's been here for a year? Didn't Dad rent this for me? He bought it for you. Bought it for me? Since when has my dad been so good to me? He even said he'd cut my living expenses in half if I didn't register the marriage. My face was full of surprise and joy. I owned a house before even graduating. Wait a minute. If my dad bought this house for me, Why are you here? Shinming's lips curled into a slight smile. Because this is the wedding house my dad bought for us. Wedding house? Shinmingshi smiled slyly. We've already registered our marriage. Isn't your father also my father now? We're one family, we don't act like strangers. It was only then that I understood. This was the wedding house that Uncle Shin had bought for us. Seeing Shinming's smug smile, I swallowed hard. Why did I have a feeling I had just walked into a wolf's den? And a beautiful she-wolf at that. From now on, you have to stay here on weekends. Of course, weekdays are fine too. I was a little doubtful. But in my heart, I completely agreed. Why? Shinmingshi said, feigning a pitiful look. Would you have the heart to leave your wife all alone? After saying that, she blinked her big, sparkling eyes. Wasn't this supposed to be a fake marriage registration? Why were things developing in such a strange direction? All right. I nodded, looking at Shinming's big, pitiful eyes. I really couldn't bring myself to refuse. Besides, I really did have feelings for Shinmingshi. Shinmingshi raised an eyebrow. Let me show you around our wedding house. So this is a wedding house. I feel like I'm really married. But I guess it is real. After all, the papers are real. I was quickly amazed by this wedding house. There was even a room specifically designed as a gaming room. 2 computers. I specially prepared this for you. Like it? The graphics card is a 4090. As for the specs, don't you worry. A 4090. I couldn't hold back anymore. I ran straight to it, gently caressing the computer's hardware. At school, I only used a gaming laptop. It was considered a laptop beast. I never expected to have a whole gaming room here, with such high-end equipment. No way. Who would stay in the dorm on weekends anymore? I'd rather die here, I said excitedly. From now on, I can play on both machines. Shinmingshi shot me a glare. The other one is mine. What are you thinking? She really wanted to kick this straight-laced guy to death. Wasn't it obvious with 2 computers set up? Pighead idiot, you idiot. You know how to play games, senior? Seeing my doubtful gaze, Shinmingshi pouted. I could totally crush you. I scoffed. Senior, I'm really not bragging. If you can beat me in my favorite game in this house, they'll listen to you. They'll do whatever you tell me to do. Shinming's lips curled slightly. You said it? Then she held out her pinky finger to make a promise. I laughed and said, You're still doing pinky promises like a kid, senior? I said that, but my hand still reached out unconsciously. So soft. Is this my senior's delicate hand? My face flushed slightly without me realizing. Wait, why does this scene feel a little familiar? I furrowed my brows. I feel like I've really seen this scene somewhere before. But I really can't remember. Unconsciously, my hand and Shinming's small hand intertwined. Shinming's pretty face flushed slightly. Her soft voice rang out, What's wrong? Do you like my hand that much? I snapped back to reality and quickly let go. No, sorry, senior. I didn't mean to. Shinmingshi touched my face. Just calling me senior is fine. You don't need to add Shin. What's wrong with your face? It's so hot. No, it's nothing. It's probably just a bit warm. I was like a startled little rabbit. I rushed into the bathroom to wash my face. I splashed water on my face. I took a deep breath. It was just holding hands with my senior. But my face couldn't help but burn up. This is the first time I've been so intimate with a girl. It's also the first time I've held a girl's hand. Shinmingshi smiled slyly. So you're still an innocent pure boy, huh? I blushed and explained, What are you talking about? It's just a little hot in here. Keep making excuses? You really like touching my hand, don't you? Shinmingshi raised an eyebrow. She looked at me teasingly. I blushed and turned my head away. No. Shinmingshi slowly approached me and lifted my chin with her finger. Silly junior. You don't even know how to lie. If you like holding your senior's hand, just say so. We're already registered as married, after all. By now, my face was red all the way to my ears. I didn't dare to look her straight in the eye at all. My heart was pounding even harder. Shinming's lips curled slightly. She felt like she was teasing a virtuous young man. Little White Rabbit Jr. hee. Big Gray Wolf Sr. is here. Just as I closed my eyes, ready to let her tease me, I realized Shinmingshi was holding her phone, taking a picture of me. She couldn't help but laugh. Sorry. Your expression is just too funny. Just now, my expression was like I was at someone's mercy. After taking the picture, she even waved it in front of me. I saw myself in the photo with an expression of resignation, but with a hint of enjoyment. This photo makes me look so perverted, I pleaded with a pout. Senior, I'm begging you, please delete it. Shinmingshi gave a sly smile. Little White Rabbit Jr. This will depend on your performance. Help me. Who on earth said Shinmingshi was a cold goddess? I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. She's clearly a female rogue. No, that's not right. She's an extremely beautiful female rogue. If I stay here, would my senior peek at me while I'm showering? What am I thinking? Judging by your expression, you seem to be enjoying it a lot. Oh, right. Where's my bedroom? I quickly changed the subject. Didn't I just show you? I frowned. Wait. But after you finish the tour, there's only one master bedroom left. Do you mean for me to sleep in the gaming room? I immediately got a little excited. Sleeping in a gaming room would be worth it. The smirk on Shinming's face froze. She really wanted to spit a mouthful of salt soda water to kill him. She'd already said so much. How could he still not understand? Shinmingshi snorted coldly. There's no bed in the gaming room. Where would you sleep? The floor? So where do I sleep? You can't make me sleep on the living room sofa, can you? Shinmingshi pretended to be in a difficult situation. So what should we do? In that case, I guess you can only share a room with me. As soon as I heard that, I quickly waved my hands. No, that's not necessary. You really don't need to trouble yourself like that. Sleeping with my senior. Just thinking about it was exciting. But I'm a gentleman. How could I take advantage of her? Shinmingshi said, annoyed. If I tell you to sleep, then just sleep. She had already given him this much of an opening. How could this idiot not understand what she meant? I didn't expect her to get angry, so I had to say he'll stay. Shinmingshi glared at me. Is staying with me so humiliating for you? What's with that expression? You spoiled brat. Of course she felt humiliated. I'm the #1 campus belle of Jiangdi University. And I'm being disliked by this punk. Actually, it's not that I disliked it. It's just that in my eyes, Shinmingshi is pure and sacred. I didn't dare to defile her. I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. I'll listen to whatever you say. Come here. Shinmingshi signaled with her eyes. I obediently walked over. She gently stood on her tiptoes. She gently patted my head with her hand and said in a sweet voice, Don't feel wronged anymore, okay? Can you just be a good boy and listen to me? I almost couldn't stop myself from pulling her into a hug. My senior is so adorable like this. I'm not wronged. Shinmingshi patiently explained. I didn't decorate this house, my dad did. Everything here is arranged for a married couple. Like the slippers, for example. That's why there's only one bedroom. Isn't that normal? Besides, I'm still a pure girl. And I haven't said anything. What are you afraid of? Could it be that you have bad intentions toward me? We can just lie in bed and not do anything. As long as we're innocent and have a clear conscience, it's fine. I seem to be convinced. That's right. Even though we're sleeping in the same room, we're innocent. Our consciences are clear. I was like a little white rabbit, being tricked by the big gray wolf, Shinmingshi, into a daze. In my heart, I definitely wanted to sleep with my senior. After all, she's so beautiful. And so soft. But I didn't have a suitable reason. And Shinmingshi found a reason for me. Did your dad really decorate this place? I asked, a bit skeptical. The older generation usually wouldn't. Do things like setting up a gaming room, right? Shinmingshi said decisively. Don't worry, have I ever lied to you? She blinked at me. With her big, sincere eyes. But in her heart. I am lying to you. I did it on purpose. I decorated all of this. I was still about to be suspicious. Last time, she said it was a fake marriage registration. And I was tricked by her once already. Who knows if she's tricking me again this time? But when I saw my senior's sincere gaze, I couldn't help but believe her. There's still plenty of time. Let's play a few rounds. We had just made a bet. If I lose, then it'll be at my senior's command. It's time to show my skills. As an FPS genius. We played a few rounds. I looked incredulous. No way. Senior, are you hacking? My best game. And I was getting destroyed by a girl. I said stubbornly. My hands must be off today. That's the only reason you won. Shinmingshi made a very cute, mischievous face at me. If you're a noob, just practice more. A bet's a bet you lost. From now on, in this house, you have to listen to me. I pouted. Fine, I admit defeat. Shinmingshi put her hands on her hips. From now on, you have to report to me when you go out. There's only one key to the house. You'll keep it. You're not allowed to bring other people here. If you want to come over, you have to tell me. Got it? I gave a military-style salute. Yes, senior. Pfft, Shinmingshi looked at my comical appearance and couldn't help but burst out laughing. This little white rabbit junior is so cute, hee. I want to eat him up. Senior, what about dinner? Are we ordering takeout? It was then I remembered a problem. What about cooking? I only know how to make fried eggs and fried rice. And I can make over a dozen flavors of instant noodles. Shinmingshi gave a faint smile. I'll cook. I was a little surprised. Senior, you know how to cook too? It's okay. Edible. I only know a little. She had always liked to cook. She often researched quite a few recipes online. It could be considered one of her hobbies. But she always cooked for herself. She had never cooked for someone else. This was the first time she'd cooked for someone else. My first time is being wasted on this dumb junior. Shinmingshi glanced at the clock. It's about time. Wait a bit, I'll go cook. Do you need my help? Will you be too busy on your own, senior? Shinmingshi shook her head. No need. You've never done it before. You'll just be a hindrance if you come in, I said, feeling wronged. Okay then. Good luck, senior. I'll go peel some fruit for you. Shinmingshi chuckled softly and mumbled. How did he get cuter as he got older? I really want to pat his head. Her consciousness was a bit hazy. For a moment, she felt like they were really a newlywed couple. Time to eat, Shinmingshi reminded me. I looked at the dishes on the table. My mouth was about to water. They were all my favorite dishes. How did you know I like these dishes? I was a little surprised. Shinmingshi said proudly, Don't be narcissistic, I didn't know. I just happened to want to make them. Looking at her arrogant expression, I couldn't help but laugh. I was certain now. My senior probably really does have feelings for me. Though I don't know why that is. But I really like her too. Senior, let me get you some rice. I hurried to help her scoop the rice. Shinmingshi revealed a satisfied smile. He's quite considerate. My hard work wasn't in vain. Soon, 2 bowls of rice were scooped. Hee. The first bite is for you, senior. I put a piece of pork rib into Shinmingshi's bowl. Shinmingshi was slightly stunned, her cheeks flushing a little. After watching my senior finish eating, I also started to eat. No exaggeration, this is the best sweet and sour pork rib I've ever eaten. It's even better than what some hotel chefs make. I spoke from the bottom of my heart. Shinmingshi was secretly delighted. But she controlled her expression very well. Do you like it that much? I love it. Then I'll cook for you every day from now on. Shinmingshi smiled shyly. My gaze was a little dazed. My senior is so incredibly cute when she's shy. A moment later, Shinmingshi suddenly spoke up and asked, Can you still eat more? I quickly swallowed the rice in my mouth. I still can. Why? Shinmingshi handed me her half-eaten bowl of rice. Finish this for me. I can't finish it, and I don't want to waste it. I had scooped a bowl of rice for her earlier. Although it wasn't very full, she still couldn't eat much. Her appetite isn't very big. Let me finish it for you. My face grew a little hot. It's because I scooped too much. It's definitely my fault. It can't possibly be my senior's fault. So, I should solve my own problem myself. But as soon as I thought about how this was the rice my senior had eaten from, I couldn't help but blush again. Does this count as an indirect kiss? I took my senior's bowl. I started eating in small bites. I don't know why. But I felt like this bowl of rice from my senior was tastier than my own. Sweeter than my own. I quickly controlled my expression. I was afraid my senior would think I was a pervert. After dinner, and after I proactively washed the dishes, I was originally planning to go play some games, but Shinmingshi called me back. Watch a movie with me. I didn't hesitate. I unconsciously started to obey her for some reason. The sofa was very big. I didn't sit right next to my senior. Shinmingshi frowned slightly. Come here. I quickly scooted over. The two of us sat in the middle of the sofa. Although we were sitting very close, we weren't leaning against each other. So fragrant. Does my senior's body naturally emit perfume? After getting closer to her, I could smell the scent faintly wafting from her. The scent was very pleasant. It felt very addictive. If I could, I really wanted to pull my senior into my arms and take a deep breath to satisfy my nose's craving a little. Senior, what movie are we watching? Seeing this, Shinmingshi smiled slightly. A Korean drama. A Korean drama. I've never watched this kind of show before. I've only scrolled past summaries online before. Sob sob. Why didn't they end up together? This is so heartbreaking to watch. I unconsciously leaned on my senior's shoulder. Shinmingshi glanced at me. I'm sorry. I came to my senses and was about to apologize. Shinming's lips curled up again. Her tone was a little teasing. It's okay. If you're tired, you can lie on my lap. I saw her long and fair legs. Swoosh. My whole face turned bright red. I didn't dare to imagine how comfortable it would be to lie on those legs. But I still held back. Shinmingshi smiled at me. The feeling of teasing this little white rabbit was truly a bit addictive. I immediately sat up straight, not daring to make any sudden moves. Shinmingshi raised an eyebrow. You want move? Then I'll move. The next second, I felt a silky soft sensation on my shoulder. Moreover, along with that sensation came a faint fragrance. Senior, what are you doing? I was suddenly flustered. My heart was beating like crazy. Don't say anything. Let me lean on you for a bit. Her voice trembled slightly. It was a low, warm, and gentle voice. At this moment, a blush appeared on her face. This was the first time she had leaned on a man's shoulder. Her first time was given to this dumb junior. I didn't dare to move around either. Put your arm on my shoulder. Shinming's voice was very gentle. So I placed my hand on her shoulder. The two of us were like a couple in love. The girl snuggled against the boy's shoulder to watch the movie. Time passed very quickly. Shinmingshi looked at the clock and said casually, It's time to shower and go to bed. You go first. The pajamas are in the room. I nodded. I showered very quickly. A guy's showering speed is a given. Senior, I'm done showering. That fast? Shinmingshi asked doubtfully. It's your turn. Go play on the computer for a bit. A long while later, Shinmingshi came out of the bathroom. Her hair was still soaking wet. She exuded a fresh fragrance. The light pink pajamas gently hugged her body. It accentuated her slender figure. I was a bit stunned. Not just because my senior exuded an indescribable beauty after her shower, but also because the pajamas I was wearing were also pink. Matching pajamas? No, that's not right. They must be a couple set. Senior, this. I looked at my pajamas. Shinmingshi raised an eyebrow. What's wrong? Do you feel wronged wearing the same thing as me? Are you complaining about me? I quickly explained. I didn't mean that. Being able to wear the same clothes as you is a great honor.